Hi, I'm Christopher Lee, the chef at Cafe Ventana, 3919 West Pine. Today we're going to make our world-famous beignets, or soon-to-be world-famous beignets. Here we have a little water, 24 ounces of water, 16 ounces of evaporated milk, and 7.6 ounces of liquid eggs. They're pasteurized eggs. We're going to add that to our gigantic mixing bowl. We're going to add 6.6 ounces of salt. Everything gets weighed so they're always the same, and you always have delicious beignets here at Cafe Ventana. We're going to stir that in. A little fast-acting yeast. That's 0.5 ounces. 7 ounces of granulated sugar. Mix that up all nice and neat. We're going to do 2.5 pounds of flour. I have 5 pounds of all-purpose flour right here. Okay. You don't need to use pastry flour. I would not suggest using bread flour. All-purpose is just fine. I'm going to turn this on low. If you have a stand mixer at home, start out low and then work to about halfway. Beignets actually mean fritter in France. So in France, if you ask for a beignet, you're going to get something that was dipped in a batter, like strawberries dipped in batter and then deep fried. You can do beignets with anchovies. Pretty much anything that can be fried is a fritter, which is a beignet. New Orleans style beignets are more of like a sopapilla, or basically a square donut with no hole in the center of it. They're hollow in the middle, light, airy, and they're dusted with powdered sugar, which you guys will see here in a couple minutes. We're going to turn this off. We're not going to stick our arms in the giant blender and break them on television. Here I have 11 ounces of shortening, zero trans fat for those of you that are interested. We try to keep everything relatively healthy. The shortening the beignet dough is a lot like a biscuit, so the shortening will cut into it and create little air pockets, which after this rest will give it its lift, which makes them hollow in the center. Our beignets are made fresh every single day, as the batter is only good for about 24 hours. We'll get that mixed in a little bit. We'll add the rest of our flour. Get that pulled up. And again, I just leave it on low. You're going to let this set for about 8 hours to rest. If you were to just roll these out right away, you're not going to have the effect that you're looking for. So they do take a little time. We're going to get rid of the bowls. And then we're going to incorporate a little kitchen magic here. I have my giant rolling pin. I've had dough that's been rested. Little flour for the work table. Beignets like a lot of flour, so we'll put down quite a bit. Again, all-purpose flour. You don't need to get any fancy stuff. When you pull your dough out, don't work it or knead it anymore like you would a bread dough. Like I said, it's like a biscuit, so the more you work it, the tougher it gets. I'm going to roll it down to about 1/4 inch. You can go a little shorter than that if you want to. If you're to roll it even thinner, you can cut 2 pockets, put a little chocolate or strawberries or apples or whatever, like an apple pie filling. Seal the edges with a little egg wash. Put another one on top. Throw it in the fryer, then you'll have a beignet filled with strawberries or apple or whatever. We have this handy dandy super cutter. At home, you can just use a pizza wheel. You don't need to go buy this. I don't know if you'd be able to find it or not. This keeps them consistent. So now we have beignets, ta-da. Then we're gonna fry a couple. So we're gonna let these go. You'll see that they'll puff up. We'll flip them over before they completely puff up, otherwise they split and they get holes in them. So now we have little tender pillows of joy. So these are just about finished. You got the nice light golden brown on them. So we got a nice little paper plate at home, line it with a paper towel or whatever makes you happy, just to knock off some of the excess. oil. There shouldn't be a whole lot though, if you can see. Here, we don't use the sifter for flour, we use it for powdered sugar. And from all the people from New Orleans have told me, you don't have enough sugar on it until it touches the tip of your nose when you take a bite. And that is CaféVentana beignets. Ta-da!